Hello and welcome to Lighting Systems with Octane Render for Cinema 4D. Let's start with a quick overview. As you can see, we have four major options when it comes to creating light with Octane Render. We have environments, a daylight system, area lights and mesh emitters. Environments utilize shaders to control the illumination of our scene. They are made of a native Cinema 4D sky object with an Octane environment tag applied to it. Then we have the daylight system, which closely resembles the physical sky object in Cinema 4D. As you can see, the basic parameters we control with the daylight system are a physical sun and a physical sky. The setup consists of a native Cinema 4D infinite light in a combination with an Octane daylight tag. Then we have area lights, which logically are made out of a Cinema 4D area light with an Octane light tag. These can work under two modes, either black body emission mode or texture emission mode. And finally we have mesh emitters that basically turn any geometry into a light emitter. So we need geometry and an Octane material with the black body emission node or texture emission node assigned to the emission channel. Additionally, let's talk about a few other nodes. First, we cannot have multiple environment setups in our scene, and even if we do, only the topmost will be rendered. Environments can rarely work in combination with a daylight, for example. There is, however, a rare situation where we can replace the physical sky parameter from the daylight system with an environment input. We'll take a look at that in a second. Next, the area lights and mesh emitters can actually work alongside with any other lighting option to contribute to the overall scene illumination. And that is all for the lighting systems overview. Let's take a look at environments. As we already said, they use shaders to control scene illumination. Environments are built of native Cinema 4D sky objects in a combination with an Octane environment tag. Close the picture viewer and let's take a look at the simple outdoor scene I've set up. The first thing you probably notice is that even though I haven't created a light source in the Object Manager, we still get this bright light flooding our scene. And the reason for this is the following. Until the moment I manually create a light source, Octane Render will use a default environment. You can access its parameters via Octane Settings, Environment tab. Let's assign another color and resend the scene. And you can see that now this is the default environment color. And certainly you can use any other value you like. Let's go back to the default. Close Octane settings and resend the live viewer. Go ahead and create a Cinema 4D sky object and with the object selected, go under tags, Octane for Cinema 4D tags, environment tag. Let's take a look at the parameters available. First we have texture, where the shader that will control scene illumination needs to be assigned to. Power will control the strength of generated light. Rotation X and rotation Y will rotate the shader in X and Y, and with importance sampling enabled, we ensure maximum image quality. Select texture and assign an RGB spectrum shader. Let's open it up and give it a color. And there we go, this parameter now controls scene illumination. Let's go back. More than often, however, you will like to use an external image to control how objects are lit. And just as we learned in the previous tutorial, to channel external images into Octane materials or tags, we need to work with the image texture node. Open it up and let's assign an HDRI image. And there we go. The values of this image are now controlling how objects are lit. An important usage note, however, is the following. When using high dynamic range images like HDRIs or EXRs, the gamma needs to be set to 1. If this was a regular JPEG image, the gamma should stay to 2.2. So let's bring it down to 1, and this is the correct color. And of course you can use the rest of the parameters of the image texture node to alter the mapping of this image. This, however, is rarely required. Let's go up a level and continue with the parameters under the environment tag.